So in this brief lecture, I'm going to introduce to you the International Phonetical Alphabet. To introduce the International Phonetical Chart to you, I want you to imagine that you're one of your students. You're an ESL student, and you come across these words, all right? We have a list below us. In list 1, you see the words to, through, clue, shoe, sue. As an ESL student, or even as a native speaker, you have all these different spellings that come across with the same sound. Ooh, so that ooh sound is represented on our phonetical alphabet with one symbol. I kind of like to call it like our little ESL cheat sheet, okay? It's a little cheat sheet for the English sounds. If I see this symbol, it's always going to be ooh on the IPA chart. For list 2, the student says cake, mat, call any sofa. Now, depending on what dialect or what region of English you speak, that's going to be 5 different sounds for the letter A, the spelling letter A, okay? Cake, mat, all, very different sounds, okay? And in list 3, you have see, pleasure, resign. It's not pleasure, it's pleasure. Now I'm starting to make some of the mistakes my ESL students make. So, and the symbols that are in the International Phonetical Chart will really help your students with troublesome sounds. Now, do you have to memorize the chart? Is what my TEFL trainees have asked me. No, I do not have this chart memorized, and I rarely, if ever, spell out full words in the International Phonetical Alphabet. Rather, if you're going to South Korea or you're going to China or wherever you are going, your students are likely to have similar sound problems, and those are the ones that you will probably use the most. And some of the sounds they simply will not have trouble with, and so you will not need to know, per se, you will not use that particular sound, okay? Let's give an example of a word that my students might struggle with. They'll say brother and thank you, or they might say brother and thank you. The TH here has 2 different sounds in the phonetical chart, brother and thank you. Okay, so we have the same spelling 2 different ways. So I can write the symbols underneath the words for brother and write the symbol underneath the word for thank you. And the students can say, ah, they look the same, but there's different symbols for them. Okay, now before I end my little lecture, I want you to remember that there are many varieties of English. So the chart is going to be different sounds for different people. I do not say bottle, I say bottle. And so the way that I would use the phonetical chart to spell bottle may be different from someone who will say bottle or some other dialect. And there are a variety of charts out there. This is not the only type of symbols that you will see that are phonetics. This is just one of the most common. To sum up, I hope you've seen in this brief lecture some of the main reasons why we would use the International Phonetical Alphabet. Thank you.